and making mine and Jason's day so incredibly special. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my mum, dad and my grandma, and Jeanette, new mum, for all your help towards the wedding. Thank you to Steph, Daisy, Nellie and Ivy for all agreeing to be my bridesmaids. And finally, thank you to Jason for picking me as your wife. Thank you for loving me unconditionally, always supporting me and being a constant.
Ladies and gentlemen, your groom.
Well, you more or less said it for your niece and I don't need to do a speech now, do I, Daniel? Well, it's a little bit happy to early more because I'm very nervous person as you all know. So here goes. For me and my wife, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. I'm glad you all did that. It's all good to see so many close friends and family. And me, Lordy. It's been so difficult and stressful organising this wedding. And one of the most difficult parts is picking a guest list. So we'll be here today to make a cut. In the more seriousness, you all mean the world to me, Danielle. I'll be honest, I mean that. Take a bit about it. I don't like looking. So we also lucky to have so many friends and family in our lives. Maybe don't be my phone, am I? You've all made this day very special for us. And that's more or less it for about. And we're all overwhelmed from all your presents. It's going to be a massive help towards the honeymoon. Thank you very much, everyone. A big thank yous. A big thank you to the bridesmaids. I know everyone would agree how beautiful Steph, Ivy, and Neville today. We've got a little gift for you to Nellie and my nieces, so thank you. You've done towards me, Danielle, for the wedding. Thank you for all your help you have given Danielle towards the wedding and being there for her. Give me a gift. And now to my future mother-in-law, Sammy Day. Now, I'm nothing like Jason across the road. I don't see him quite regular. One of the main reasons is because it's scorching hot 365 days a year now, so I've got to wear shorts and t-shirts Christmas Day. When Danielle said, should we go and see my mum and dad? I'm okay, thank you, Dan. Well, a massive thank you for me and Danielle for what you've done for the wedding. Give me a gift, yeah? I know I don't show it, and I never will because as everyone knows, it's not who I am. But a big thank you for welcoming me in the family. I honestly mean that. And more importantly, a big thank you for letting me marry your beautiful daughter. I promise in front of all my friends and family to make Danielle my priority, never leave her side. What is that, Danielle? I will continue to love her, protect her, provide for your daughter until the rest of my life. It's amazing what these two videos do. Other than that, Dave, I will need you now and again to help me DIY things, painting, and help me with the talent scene. Other than that, you're absolutely smashing people. Now, my mum and dad. Oh, this is going to be better. Thank you for putting me up with me for the next 38 years. The last 38 years. I think everyone will agree that he's an absolutely amazing son. And we all know Jason Bennis is a favourite. But seriously, I will never say it. I've never said it before, and I'll never say it again because I'm not that person. I love each and one of you, both of you, and my step parents and my brother and sister as well. Katie, Sophie, Jamie, Damien, not Mr. Maratona. I'm an niece and nephews. My dad, I couldn't ask for a better dad. I'm proud to call you my dad. You've always been there for my bad times and your terrible jokes. I love you, Lord, you're a top dad. And then my mum, thank you for all you've done for me and me and Daddy after the wedding. I again proud to call you mum. I'm so grateful for you, and we've got a little present by somewhere. There you go. I know you've helped out Lord for the wedding. Thank you very much. We love you, Lord. And next agreement. Now, as you all know, I'm a very popular person. So it's quite difficult to pick agreements, but I went with Lee Speakman, I went with Stephen Tarian, the head groom himself, Richard Watson. You all look absolutely spot on, you do a top job. There is a little job to be started, but one little job I have But thank you very much. I've only given you your presents, but thank you, you're absolutely top guys. Thank you very much. Now, I'm actually being quite nice to this person here, because I know he's going to rip me into pieces. So that's really good. You and your family actually mean a lot to me, Daniel. You mean a lot to me, Daniel, over the years. You've been like a second family since moving to Leighton Garden from the days to Charlie and Chief clubs. You've all been spot on. You've been there for me bad jokes, to helping me put my call out of a ditch full of Paul shit. Most of the lads here have helped me out with that as well. And most importantly, you've organised one of the best satisfaction anyone in the room's ever been to. 27 lads to Butlins, and then not forgetting the motorcyclers, won't forget about the other guys. It was absolutely spot on. You've both been over the world to me, Daniel, and I've actually been that. We've actually got a little gift for you and Kelly, just to say thank you. Come on then. I know there's a few people couldn't be with us today, and I think it's a good opportunity to talk about those people. Two of the people are Daniel, Grandad, Terry and Tommy. I'd love to have been here today. What it might have particularly is my cousin Lindsay and then as well to Kate and my mum and dad. There is really people like that, but I think I want you to do a massive favour and raise a glass to everyone who's come here today. Right, I think it's time to talk about the toilet stall this year. The new Mr. Daniel Bennis. So good. One thing Danielle mentioned is, you know what, embarrass me. So don't worry, Danielle. I won't mention in 4 years been with me, still can't cook an egg. I hear you slumping your sleeve a lot. Slumping. I hear you twitching in your sleep a lot. And I certainly won't mention one thing that annoys me quite a lot. I'm making you up and say, what time are you going to be home from work, Danielle? I'll be home in about 10 minutes always, so I've got the tea on. 45 minutes later, she's still at home. And then she said, Jason, where's my tickle? Right, but other than that, I better start being nice to him, or we'll get another British divorce now. How you doing, Chloe? You alright? Well, introduce yourself to come back to the end there. Danielle, you actually look amazing tonight, today, and you actually do that way. I did it twice, but yes, it's very nice, but you actually look amazing. It's Danielle you've got to thank for organising this amazing day, actually. I just said yes, and went on with it. I suppose I'm going to get used to that. I need to stop this up. If everyone said to me 5 years ago, I would have met you and got married today, I would have said no chance. And I think most people in the world would have just laughed in my face. But here I am, I'm actually the happiest man in the world today. How I met Danielle was pretty straightforward actually. I played a little game called, one or two of you might have played it, Plenty of Fish. And I completed it by meeting Danielle. We've actually had some amazing times together. From dragging you out every Sunday for a walk, I know you'd never have very happy with that. And we made lovely meals, nights out, lovely breaks away from York to Edinburgh before I asked you to marry me. It seems like a long time ago. We've loads more memories to create as long as another honeymoon as well, 12th in September. You make me so happy. You have an amazing heart, good sense of humour, and your cooking skills have got better over the years. You even made me feel something worse. It's been long. Sorry, but you know. You do mean the world to me, I honestly mean that. But can I look forward to our life together? I've planned lots of adventures. I love you every day. You make me so happy. Thank you for helping me be the person I am. I think everyone would agree how beautiful you look today. And how happy you make me. I think all my friends and family will agree with that. If anyone knows me, before I met you, I was a bit lost in life. In and out of jobs. But you've turned my life around now, so you know. And you made me the better person I am. I'm so proud to call you my wife today. You've been so supportive over the years, and you've even put up with bad jokes and pranks. Today, I don't say it earlier on, I didn't read that properly, but I'm the happiest man in the world. So, can I ask a massive favour? Please can we raise the glass and toast to my beautiful wife, the new Mrs. Danielle Brennan?
No pressure, eh? Well, first of all, I'd like to say, Danielle, you picked the most relevant song to come into, because without doubt, you were today, not just today, but, you know, in general, and especially today, an absolute beauty. And Jason, yeah, the other half. So, for those of you that know me, I can only apologise in advance that you're about to spend the next 58, 57 minutes listening to me rabble on. I'm only joking, it's not really that long, it's about 42, 43, something like that. Anyway, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Danny. Lovely to meet you. And I have not come prepared. When I first met Jason, it was 1998, and he looked like this. Hang on, there we go. Special Christmas card. Took one of them flat batteries that goes in your watch. Lights up and sings jingle bells. To be fair, he's not changed much, has he? But that was on a good day. This is on a bad day. I think those are the eyes that he gives Danielle when he wants to go to bed. somehow she's agreed to marry him, so let's crack on. Anyway, Jason is the most honest person, and I don't think it's a thing easy to say, but honestly, genuinely, he's the most honest person I've ever met. What you see is what you get with Jason, which I know is a great characteristic to have, but what you see is what you get wasn't fantastic for anybody that was at the pool party that we stag do. As Jason approached the pool in his dissolving shorts, he got about halfway into the pool and suddenly discovered things were feeling a bit loose, a bit free. And he got waist high in, all the way in, and then it suddenly dawned upon him as bits of red cloth disintegrated all around him. But he thought to himself, people look at me a bit funny, it's not got an inflatable. I give him a Baywatch style inflatable instead of the inflatables that the only thing that can run with inflating. Anyway. So Jason then took it upon himself to own the moment. He got up, shrugged his way out to the pool, owned the moment, turned round, and to the applause of not only half the butlins who were in the pool, but even the lifeguards, they all turned around and applauded him while he did his little dance in the gym. And his shorts were here, there, and everywhere. But I said, don't worry, Jay, I've got you covered. You follow me, I've got your real shorts with me. So the idiot followed me, past the men's changing rooms, past the ladies' changing rooms, into the ladies' toilets, into the ladies' showers. Toilets, no, wrong one. Into the ladies' showers, where he found himself a nice surprise. But what I really mean, what you see is what you get with Jason. He's just the most straightforward, uncomplicated person. And I genuinely, I'm about to take the piss out of that, but I love that about him. I genuinely, when I say this, I absolutely love that about him. There's just nothing between his head and his mouth, he's just unfiltered. No. And it has its moments, I know, but I genuinely mean it as a good thing. That's why I love him. I love him to bits. But when you fail to filter things, sometimes it's a bit of a hindrance to yourself, isn't it, Jason? Sometimes thinking before you speaking helps, doesn't it, Jason? For instance, when Jason said, Lee Speakman's like the brother I never had, while two of his brothers were sat trying to eat a Burger King. But at least he's got his time to it now, so he's alright. He's happy. Alright, about this for a conversation starter. Jason visits every week at our house, and there's a bit of a silence, he'll try and invent a bit of speech. How's about this for a conversation starter? I'll tell you what, Danny, the best poo I ever have is the poo I have when I'm at work. Why is that, Jason? Well, it takes me about 20 minutes, and I sit there knowing that I get paid for every minute. It's not really what you want to hear in front of your wife and kids on a Saturday afternoon. Well, that's Jason. There is no filter. And like I said, that is why I love him. There's no mind games, there's no second guessing. He speaks his mind, and you will always know where you stand with Jason. So, like, Christmas time comes round, your wife might say to you, don't get me anything for Christmas, I don't want anything. But what she means is, get me something for Christmas. Yeah? When I was still living at home, Mother's Day used to come around, and my mum would say to me, because there was no doubt, another story, my mum would say to me, you've not forgotten it's Mother's Day this Sunday, have you? And I'd say, no, I've not forgotten Mother's Day. Well, what I meant was, yes, I have forgot it's Mother's Day. And what she meant was, I know you forgot, so I'm telling you it's Mother's Day. Like, life and people, human beings in general, 99.9% of human beings have these thoughts in their head, they process things, and they have these mind games, and they process things before they think, this man here doesn't have an ounce of that, not one bit. You'll never get, if you ask Jason, is he busy? You'll never get a generic, yeah, I'm busy mate, sorry. You'll get exactly what's there. No, I'm busy mate, sorry. You'll get, sorry mate, I'm in Tesco at the moment, I'm trying to buy yogurts, and the person in front of me is doing me head in, because they can't decide whether they want lemon, or Danone, or apple, and I just want to get in and get out and get my yogurts and get home, so I'm going to get tea up and down my hill. Even though it's going to be cold when she eats it, certainly. But at any stage of his life, there's just no filter, it doesn't happen. And the result of all these characteristics that this man here has, he just makes you feel $1 million around him. You will always feel comfortable around Jason. I mean, I've seen a lot more of him since he moved into that flat a long time ago, right here, and I used to see him very regularly. But not just me, my children as well. He was around every week, twice a week. And he has the same impact. Doesn't matter like, if it was your mate or if it was my kids that he's never met before. Just within the first visit, just because of who he is, he makes you feel so comfortable around him that within the first visit you come round, the next time he comes round to our house, I wouldn't even know he was there until I turned around from doing whatever I'm doing in garden, and he's on trampoline with my daughter playing trampoline games, playing mind game on trampoline, playing memory game, wasn't it? And he just rocks in and just makes himself at home. But not just him, he makes everyone around him feel for it. I'm sure everyone today can agree with that, and they see that in him. It's not just me, it's not just my kids that have felt it. He just does that to everyone because of who he is as a person. And I know his characteristics, that's part of why children felt comfortable around him, but having the same mental age also helps. So usually you're at home, I don't know, you do it washing. I do washing, yeah. You speak up, yeah. You do it washing, you're in garden, you're in greenhouse, you're doing whatever you're doing at home, and ordinarily a visitor comes round. Could be a 16 you don't see too often, could be a friend you've not seen for a bit, could be a friend that you see quite a lot. And you feel compelled then to stop what you're doing, maybe make a brew and make an effort to say hello with them. But I've never, ever, since 1998, I've never felt that with this man. Never once felt like I had to stop and pretend and show him I'm interested in the fact that he's here, which is a compliment, believe it or not. But he just doesn't make you feel like that. You have to make an effort to show that they're there. It just makes you feel so comfortable around it. I just carry on. I'll carry on while two plants are out, Jason, so you know worries. Which, a large part of that is because of who he is, but it's also largely down to the fact that he doesn't bother knocking nowadays. So, I knew that Jason loved Danielle. I've known him for a long time now. Not just the look in his eyes, but I just know the way he looks at her, the way he talks about her. He would do anything for this woman, I'll tell you now. But I knew in particular he loved her one night at mine. When he came round, he was there, and he asked me if he could sleep on my living room floor. And you might think that's odd. Well, that's because it is odd, very odd in fact. But he wanted to sleep on my floor in the living room, not so he could get away from Danielle from that, the bird piss, but so that he could sleep right next to her where she was already on the floor. Passed out, drunk at bonfire night. On the floor, comatose. I'd one or two too many. He wanted a pillow, he wanted a duvet so he could tuck her up, and this he literally wanted to sleep right next to her, looking at her all night, just to check that she was alright. Because that's just how he loves her. From last night, stressing his head off about the fact that she might be driving to the venue, worrying until he knew that you actually got here, he just thinks about you. Every thought process he has involves you, because he loves you. In fact, a word I get with these two is fate. It sounds cheesy, I don't care, it just is. These two, let's face it, oddballs, they're not exactly the most normal people in your life, are they? They're both odd in their own way. They're like two rather unique jigsaw pieces that just somehow fit together perfectly, and they just complement each other, and they just work somehow. I don't understand sometimes of it, but they do. They just make each other so happy. Weirdly, I say fate, but they could have met a lot of time earlier at my own wedding. Our wedding, which was 9, 11, 10, so a while ago basically, and our own wedding. But Danielle was there, she was there obviously. You look back at the wedding picture, she's there, but Jason wasn't. Because he was too busy being selfish, he was out in Australia living away at the time, wasn't he, Jason? Yeah. But don't worry guys, we don't need to worry anymore about Jason going back to Australia anytime soon. I believe he has issues getting a visa nowadays. Largely due to the fact that he crashed his boss's tractor into his boss's car. Now I'd imagine when Jason was driving his boss's tractor into his boss's car that day in Australia, he was thinking to himself, "I'm in the shit here, aren't I? And incidentally, that's exactly what he was thinking not too long ago when he was out delivering Chinese one night. When Jason literally drove his car into a pile of manure. He landed himself in there. I might add, it was over like a sleep when he wedged in the day, but nonetheless, he was in the shit literally. So he landed himself in there, wheels spinning, trying to figure out how he could get himself out of the situation. And eventually, he gave up. He sat in his back seat of his car and ate some poor woman's sweet and sour chicken and prawn crackers on back seat. You know what's just dawned on you actually? How did you actually eat that Chinese on your back seat? You don't have a fork, have you? Your hands? But are you Indian? So, nonetheless, he sits on his back seat, eats his Chinese to himself, poor woman never got it. Now that's where Jason started to hatch a plan. How can I pull myself out of the shit? And what Jason does in that moment, he digs into his rather vast phone book of friends. This was his plan. And he decides, I'm going to type a message out in my phone book, tell them all how it is, and click send all. And as we all know, I mean, who brings 27 lads to a stag do, you know what I mean? This man here has got a rather large list of friends. And 2 days later, they all turned out, didn't they, Jason? I'm not kidding, no word of a lie, about 30 lads turned up to literally pull Jason out of the shit. An hour went by, there were about 30 of us, at least 4 or 5 different cars, there was tour-ups, various manoeuvres and conversations of how we might be able to sort this out. And nothing happened about an hour later, did it? Until some bloke pulled up in a pickup about an hour later and said, what are you doing, lads? Oh, we're trying to pull his mate out of the car. He put his tow rope round his car and pulled it out in 30 seconds. Incidentally, not to worry, Jason's driving, it's much better nowadays, isn't it, Jason? Give or take. Lively down to the 5,237 lessons he has, and the 82 tests. But Danielle, rather wisely, wherever they go nowadays, she opts to drive. It genuinely fills my heart with joy to see you two together. The look in your eyes before you put them rings on each other's finger. Just to know how happy you make each other on a day-to-day basis, whether it's him in Tesco, complaining about your TV equals, whether it's seeing you now, looking each other in the eye. I just know you two just make each other happy. And that means more than anything to me. And on that note, I'd like to raise a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Brennus!